back to the Pitch Pod. My name is Joe Janner. With me, my co-host Jeff Stebbins. Jeff, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good, Joe. Thanks. I'm happy to be back on the pitch pod with you.
And it probably feel even better since you nailed or you got really close. You got picked up the draw in Brighton versus Liverpool. It ended up being 2-2. You had 1-1. We're calling it the flush. So you hit the flush. You caught the right call. Picked the draw. So that's got to be pleasing for you. I mean, you're doing well with your predictions, I think, this season, yeah?
Oh, well, thank you, Joe. Yeah, like you said, I predicted the draw, so it's a flush. Had I got been on it dead on with the score 2-2, I'd say it's a royal flush. But hey, I'm happy with the flush these days, and I'll take it. And who knows, maybe the next match one of us will get the royal flush. That's the goal here.
Yes, and we're looking forward to this upcoming match, USA versus Germany, a friendly. I think it's a great opportunity for both sides to showcase the talent that both have in this. I think both are looking to get into this. Jeff, pretty excited about this upcoming match?
I'm very excited. And I think Team USA is going to be well prepared, well suited for this match in Connecticut. So obviously it's a big advantage for them playing here in the U.S. against their opponent. And Germany is coming off of a big win in a match against France. And so it should be a fun game, and it could go either way, but I'm excited to see this game happen.
And I know that having had the opportunity to sit in a couple press conferences recently with players and their aspects and what they're looking at to do, I think they're confident. I would say the USA players that were interviewed, Joe Scally, Musa, Ricardo Pepe, and Weston McKennie, I think they all had a similar vibe in a sense, maybe a little too relaxed with a couple of the few of them, but I think that maybe the vibes, they're back home, they get a chance to a little bit relax. I hope that doesn't lend itself to how they go about playing or their approach to it. But I think it's maybe in that environment, they seem pretty confident, but also laid back at the same time, but also excited for the challenge, I think.
Well, yeah, you want them to be, relaxed, but hopefully, they're prepared at the same time. So, we'll see. Hopefully these little mini camp sessions have been focused and taken seriously, and they'll be ready when it comes to play on the pitch.
And we're looking forward to, I think, it is an opportunity. I think we haven't mentioned Germany now with the new manager. Like that's going to lend itself a little bit to the way that that squad at least goes out and plays. I mean, is it, again, new manager? It's in the international system, but is it a chance for some to really prove themselves to this new manager and to be able to meet those expectations, perform well? So I think there's some of that that's going to go into this, whereas now here at USA, Berhalter's back. These guys are a little bit more familiar with it. Could lend itself to how those guys play as well. So I'm looking interested to see how this game turns out.
Yeah, I think so too. We haven't seen this group of USA players come together for quite a while. We had some Gold Cup matches with different rosters, but to have our quote unquote A team with guys like Reyna and Pulisic, among others, Turner, all there at once playing. We haven't seen this for a while, and so I'm looking forward to seeing how all those guys do. And as you would, get the cobwebs, knock those off a little bit, and get back into playing once again with each other. We know they've been playing competitively, a lot of them overseas, but coming back and playing with one another and see how that unfolds.
Well, I think that's an interesting aspect to look into. How many of the USA players, U.S. men's national team players, have been featured in European contests and premier matches and matchups across the sea? So I think a lot of those guys are excited now to get back and play with their brethren, their boys from the States, and see what they can do against a should be well prepared Germany side.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And like you said, Joe, if you go down the roster, at least the starting roster for both teams, Germany, most of their players are in the Premier League. Team USA, we have quite a few that play in the Premier League, including Nottingham Forest, among others. And also Serie A in Italy, we have several players over there for Juventus, AC Milan. So, yeah, a lot of these starting players for both sides are consistently playing for clubs and doing well for their club teams overseas. And so, yeah, it'll be neat to see them come back together and play for their country.
Not to mention, some of them do have direct experience playing in Bundesliga as well. So having the understanding of what German football is and what it's all about, I think for them it provides an opportunity to really get even more excited about the chance to face either other competition as well.
Yeah, thank you for mentioning that. Yeah, Gio Reyna comes to mind. Yeah.
Right. And do we know? Is he? I don't think in any of the projected lineups that I looked at that he'll start. But or is there still an injury situation? Match fitness, I think, was cited on one source. So I don't know. I mean, do you think he's going to get a chance to play this upcoming match, or is there still to be determined?
As far as I understand and as far as I know, I believe he's set to play and he's on the squad, and I would expect him to get in at some point. Now, how many minutes does he get? I don't know. Does he start? I don't know. If he was in top form, I'd say absolutely he should. But I definitely see him getting in the game and contributing in the minutes that he plays. I definitely see that happening.
Okay. And how about any other particular USA players that you think will perform well or will be required to perform at a level that will contribute? Is it any one particular player, any other particular grouping of players you think that are going to be required to step up and perform at their highest levels for this match to go their way? Or is it just going to be a team effort? Is it just going to require everybody on the same page with the same understanding of what they're supposed to be doing?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, it is a team effort, but some individuals I'd like to point out that could be big contributors. Number one, it's Pulisic, right? I could see him scoring a goal or two in this matchup, whether it comes from open play or PK. I could see him getting at least one in this match. Some other ones that I'd like to see a little bit more out of, and hopefully they'll have their opportunities, would be the striker Pepe. I'd like to see some things out of him and have him get more international experience. I'd love to see that. And then as far as I know, they're going to stick with Matt Turner as he's been solid in the past. So those are the ones I'm going to have my eye on the most, but they have a variety of guys that can step up and can contribute if they're ready.
It almost sounds like, Jeff, you're pretty confident, or you are leaning towards the idea of a USA win in this match. Are you set to put that down on paper here, document that here on the Pit Spot? Is that where we're at? Do you feel like U.S. men's national team can win this versus Germany today or the upcoming match?
Yeah. So I guess we're ready for our predictions. Yeah.
I think so.
Okay. Well, before I make my prediction, I just want to say if I'm Germany and I'm going into this matchup, I'm definitely trying to limit Pulisic, right? He's quick. He likes to come from the outside. So I'm trying to limit his ability to just go and attack straight towards the goal, right? I want to make him facilitate. I want to make him pass more as a number 10 rather than just go right past our defense and look for a shot, albeit a difficult shot. He's able to pull that off as a talented player. So I'm looking at him and how do I limit his contributions if I'm Germany. But you're right. I do have a favorite in this match. And, I wouldn't say I'm super confident with my prediction, Joe. Soccer's a game. Who knows? Round ball, anything can happen. And a lot of it's going to depend on which team's in better form and who shows up. But I'm going to go with Team USA winning this matchup, Joe. And I think it's going to be a fun match. I think it's going to be a close match. And I hope there's plenty of goals throughout the game. So I'm going to go Team USA winning this 3-2.
Oh, wow. I think that would be a spectacular result, an exciting match if those many goals were to take. But I didn't see that as – at least that many goals being scored. I think it's going to be a back and forth affair. I think there's going to be plenty of opportunities for both sides. I see several goals in this, but I really think, going back to my initial points, Germany's players have a lot to prove with the new manager coming in, and I think that they're going to be performing at their highest level. I think that they, aside from what you mentioned, a win versus France, they had some difficult times, and I think that this would be a match that they would think should win, and I think that they'll get it done. Unfortunately for the U.S. men's national team, I think Germany here in the States, even with the squad they have, player for player, as a group, will win. I have them winning 2-1.
2-1. Okay. So either way, we're looking at a close and well contested match. So either way, it's going to be worth sitting down and watching this, is what you're saying.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. I think make it a priority to find time to view this match. I think that we're going to see a lot of good soccer being played by both sides.
Oh, that would be great. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. We can't wait to sit down and watch the game. Hopefully you get a chance to. As always, be excellent to each other, and until next time. Thank you everyone for tuning in. If you like what we bring you here at the Pitch Pod, please do us a favor, hit that like and that subscribe. Don't forget, we're available on Apple Podcasts as well as Spotify. Thank you everyone, and keep pitching out there.
In a game, the round ball, round posts, anything can happen.